Welcome back to Cowboys OT here from the Star in Frisco. Kyle Yeoman's back with you. Now let's go back out to FedEx Field, and here's some of the post-game reaction from the Cowboys' 27-20 win over the Washington football team, starting with head coach Mike McCarthy.
All right, David.
Mike, you challenged this team privately and also in your comments to the media this week. How do you feel it responded today with this trade?
I think just like anything, we come out of this bye weekend and really the focus, from my perspective, is obviously win the game, these division games, this December football, but we need to improve in some areas, and I think we did that. But obviously, we have work to do, and I think it's just a kind of a product of, everything that, all teams go through. You look what Washington's going through with the challenges and the COVID and, those types of stuff. So, I was obviously very pleased to come in here and get this division win. But I think, more importantly, just to get the defensive guys, back, and I thought we had a really good rotation. The energy and the takeaways, really set the tempo. I thought the first half was played very well. So, we had the giveaways, and they made the big plays in the second half to get back into it. And but at the end of the day, I think this is a clear reflection of what division games are usually like. So, you take a lot of confidence. There's a lot of great experience and things that we'll continue to improve on and learn from this contest today.
What was the problem with the offensive passing game?
Excuse me?
What was the problem with the offensive passing game? Inability to get some consistency.
Well, I think you got to look at the whole picture. I think if you look at the way you got to give them some credit. I thought Jack kept a lid on it and kept things in front. So we weren't going to get behind them much today. You could see that early. So and that's part of the things we need to work on. We got to get the the controlled passing game going a little more efficient, and it'll be obviously a focus for us.
Talk about the play, Gregory today, just what he did. Him and Parsons both, just with the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Randy, set the tempo there with the first takeaway, and just a phenomenal athletic play, and and Mike was just like he is every week, all over the place, making impact off the edge. The pressure. Really putting the pressure on the quarterback, and not only do we have the four takeaways, but we got our hands on a lot of balls today too. So I think just like anything, the takeaways are what you're after, but it's the takeaway opportunities were way up today, and we need to continue to work on that because that's part of our identity.
Mike, what happened on the sideline when Lyle got ejected? And can you talk about the balance between wanting your guys to play discipline versus last year when you said your offensive line here needed to be a little more effective?
Well, it's I think LC did exactly what you're supposed to do there. We all understand that the challenges of officiating, but whatever you thought of the play all the way around, but this is a game, obviously very competitive, and I think the fact that that's your quarterback or whoever. So I just think these games are going to be chippy. They're division games, and as you just want to see guys. I thought not only once that it got going, I thought that everybody, both sides, did a good job of just kind of locking everything up and moving on. So it happens in these type of games.
So you can hear Mike McCarthy talking about some of those emotions running high in a game like this, a very high caliber divisional matchup that is crucial in standings for both teams. And I mean, Nate, you've been a part of these. Isaiah, you've been a part of these rivalries before. Where does this one rank in terms of just the importance of this game and how the teams kind of backed each other in it?
They needed this game tremendously. It's an NFC East opponent. Washington was on a 4-game win streak. We needed to knock them off their high horse. We needed to get a little bit more consistently from last week on our offense. We didn't do that, but with the guys coming back, on defense, they played well. And like I said, I don't know if it was complimentary football because like the defense did all the work, but our offense did just enough to keep them off.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word compliment either. However, the defense took care of business today, and sometimes that's how relationships go. Somebody has to carry somebody like 70% of the time, and the other group 30. And the defense did enough in terms of the emotions and how important this game is. This is the NFC East. Every game's dang near a rivalry. I was just happy to see guys backing their quarterbacks up this year versus what we saw last year with Andy Dalton.
That's a huge change, and it happened at FedEx Field on that same gridiron where Andy Dalton took a shot last year. This year, Dak Prescott takes a shot to the sideline and everyone responds. How big is that to see that from your brothers in a locker room?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, if your brother gets hit and takes a late hit or whatever it may appear to be a late hit, you protect them. You take care of business. And last year, that was a question mark around this team. Do they have the character and the heart to actually hold each other up and be each other's keeper?
You know what? In today's NFL, man, we get all these tap shots and all this stuff that don't add up. But yeah, when your quarterback has something like that happen, your man, yeah, you come to the rescue, and it don't matter what the penalty is afterward. You let everybody know that he's off limits.
And that's exactly what the Cowboys did. Prescott gets hit to the sideline, and really everyone on that sideline responded. Zeke, Lyle Collins, of course, with the penalty as well. But when we come back, we hear from Micah Parsons. 2 sacks and another forced fumble for the rookie as he continues his historic rookie campaign. Two sacks for the rookie Micah Parsons has him now up to 12 on the season, but 9.5 over the last 6 games of the 2021 campaign. That ties the record in the NFL for the most sacks out of any player in a 6-game span as a rookie, tying Leslie O'Neal back in 1986. Let's hear from the rookie right after the 7-point win.
Micah, can you just talk about the significance of this victory, opening up a 3-game lead in the division with 4 left?
Yeah, I mean, I think every division game is important. I mean, it's important that we go one at a time, considering we got so many division games left to finish the year out. So this was a big one, and we got a big one next week to go 2-0. So we got to start focusing on that.
Micah, we asked you so many questions about the Marcus and Randy Neville coming back, but how did it actually feel out there? Can you feel a difference in the way that teams are playing for you when you've got that much help?
Yeah, I mean, now when we go when you see all 5 of us down, they're going 5-0. I mean, everybody got opportunity when they're 1-on-1. I mean, I think you guys saw the significance they made when they came back. I mean, Randy and D-Law both came in with a sack and Randy with the pick. So, I mean, just having them back and them getting back in the swing of things, getting ready for this big run we're trying to do, is just only going to go up from here.
It seems like so many of your sacks, big plays, come in big moments, 3rd down, 4th down. Is there anything you can pinpoint to that? Or?
Yeah, 1st and 2nd down, I think those times where you might get a mix of run and pass, but 3rd and 4th down is when you hunt. And I think those is the money downs to go. You got opportunity where they might hold the ball a little bit longer and you get to that quarterback. So those you should look forward to 3rd and 4th down.
Did you see another running back in pass protection after your 2nd sack?
No, I didn't. I mean, I love that anytime, any day of the week. 365 a year, baby.
You saw Trayvon have his interception game streak earlier this year, and now you have a 6-game streak of having a sack. You just kind of feel like the next level that you're at.
It feels good to just get home, and the coaches dialing up my number more belief that I'm going to get home, things like that. But, I mean, I think it's just going off of just we feeding off each other. I mean, I think Trey's doing more than I'm knowing, not even watching. He got quarterbacks holding the ball now, and so it gives me opportunity to get to the quarterback more. So, it just always complement each other more than you know.
How did your pass rush opportunities today compare to what your expectations were given the other night?
I think I still had the same amount of reps out there. I mean, I don't think they took anything back from me. I think they still want to keep me going, still keep me alive, but also at the same time still keep me fresh. We still got a lot of games left, and I think a lot of the coaches looking forward to the bigger picture more than just right now, though.
What kind of tone did Randy's pick set for you guys?
I think it set the tone early in the game, big play. I think we was able to get inside the quarterback's head a little bit. It's kind of confusing when you see so many elite guys down there. So I think that's kind of the advantage. They thought they could get out quick, and Randy's length, being back out on that edge, was able to tip it to himself and make a huge play for us. So, I mean, he set the tone for the whole game.
You go back and look at that play.
So Micah talking about having all of these defensive players back in the mix and, of course, looking for an offense on the other side of the line of scrimmage. It is tough to pick up, but it's tough with even just number 11 by himself. I mean, he's having a phenomenal rookie season.
I mean, this guy is a complete dog out there. No matter where you line him up, he can affect the game. If you line him up at the defensive line, he's affecting the quarterback. He's pressuring the quarterback. He might even get a sack. You put him at the linebacker position, he's covering wide receivers and running with them down the field. I mean, this guy is a complete player out there. And like Isaiah said earlier in his breakdown, Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's a given. Go ahead and put that in his case. He's making a serious contention for Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory. Now this guy can be used the way he's supposed to be used, all over the field. You never know how he's going to line up. Now when you usually hear 5 wides, defenses usually get scared. When you hear these 4 or 5 guys lining up, getting single block, who you going to stop? And 9 times out of 10, it's a race to the quarterback.
There's been a question floating around Cowboys Nation for quite some time is Micah Parsons is the best Cowboys player since blank. Well, that list is starting to grow shorter and shorter. Became the first Cowboys rookie in history to have 3 multi-sack games, as he did that again today. 2 sacks against the Washington football team. When we come back, though, we turn our attention back to the offensive side of the football. What went wrong for Dak Prescott, and how can the Cowboys offense come together in the final month of the season when we come back on Cowboys OT? Entering the Week 14 matchup with the Washington football team, Dak Prescott had 16 touchdowns and just 1 interception against Washington. His team got the win. That's the biggest thing, but he didn't have the same type of game. 1 touchdown, 2 blatant interceptions, and we'll hear from Dak in his own words of what happened against the football team.
You just talk about how you played as a team to open up the game tonight, and then it got maybe a little tenser at the end, and then you're projecting.
Yeah, I mean, good team win. Obviously, we've got to do a better job of finishing on offense, but credit to our defense. 2 turnovers that I had, they got the ball right back, and that's what all I can ask for. That's all you can ask for is an offense. But as you said, got going pretty early, got a good lead, but then we've got to be able to finish it off and not let them back in the game. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. We got high standards and high expectations for ourselves. So when you're not moving the ball and you're not scoring points, you're only scoring 6 points in the second half. Yeah, it's not acceptable. We've got to be better than that in the latter part of the year. Obviously, as you get ready to go play better teams, play division teams, and play in the playoffs.
You talked to us about getting that connection back with your receivers after Elliott missed some time. Where is it today relative to where you want it to be?
I mean, I've got to go back and look at it. Tough to just say it raw without watching the tape, but we can always be better. Every throw, every rep, every play is a growing is a process, and it's experience. It's something that we can get better regardless if it's completed, regardless if we feel good about the way that it happened, we can be better.
What did you see on that fourth quarter interception, and how did that play break down the way again?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I've got to take the sack. Don't put the ball in harm's way, and that's the bottom line. Honestly, no excuse for that. Period.
Dak, when you got shut down, what happened on that play, and what was your reaction when you see Ezekiel Elliott in that free like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm rolling. I'm just trying to make a play. Felt like it was close on the call. Turned back to look at the ref and just saw a lot going on. Can't say that I saw details or know exactly what happened, but obviously respect and love the fact that my teammates standing up for me, and that's just how all of us feel about one another. That's just not them protecting me, but that's how any of us would protect any of our brothers and our teammates in that position. So, yeah, I mean, thankful for those guys, and yeah, that.
You guys got the win, but you understand why people outside look and say, what's wrong with the offense? First of all, y'all were going early,
Yeah.
and now it seems like they were disjointed out of sync. It's not a smooth operation anymore.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, we've created these high expectations and high standards, and we have them for ourselves. So, I mean, just as much as the outside world isn't pleased, we're not. I guarantee we care a whole lot more than the outside world about what we're doing. I know I do. I know the guys on the field and the coaches do. So, as I said, all of this we can get better and we can learn from, and it's much better to do that in a winning setting.
How hard is it to come on the road and play a division game on the road? Like, it seems a lot of fans here win like the road that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a division game. Any division game is tough. A team that you play twice a year. Got to suit up against this team in 2 weeks. But coming into their place, whether it's here, New York, or Philly, all of those are tough road games. As you just said, our fans did a great job of traveling, of staying into the game, of chanting, being there supporting us. Felt good, but it feels great to get a win.
You haven't clinched anything yet, but with a lot of seasons going down to the wire as far as whether you win the division or not, opening up a 3-game lead here with 4 left, how does that leave you guys, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're putting ourselves in good position, but we just want to continue to get better, game in and game out, heading into this playoff race to make sure that we're playing our best ball when we need to. And as I said, it was a struggle on offense, and we weren't exactly executing the way that we want to, especially late in the game. But it's better, as I said, in a winning effort. And some of the things are just simple decision making by me, and I'll clean those up. So yeah, as long as we're heading on the winning track and heading into the tournament, we'll get it right.
Have you talked to L since the ejection, and do you say anything to him directly just about the way he responded?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I just told him appreciate it. Told him right there at the moment as they're taking him out of the game. Told him how I felt about him as a brother and as a teammate, and then just reiterated that in the locker room.
In the past, Dak, when things haven't been clicking exactly in the passing game, what's been your process? What's been your mode of trying to find the advantage?
One more time?
In the past, when things haven't felt maybe the best in the passing game, things aren't clicking, what's usually your process to try and find that?
Yeah, I mean, just getting on the same page with your receivers, communicating. Obviously, the film study and all of that comes into play, but just making sure that we're expecting the same thing when they go out for a route, or that they see the certain defense, that we're on the same page to be able to just to react and play the game at a high level and play the game fast.
You're not going to hear any excuses from Dak Prescott. You didn't hear any there. That's the kind of person, that's the kind of leader that he is. But he knows just as much so as the film will show that the Cowboys offense is not firing on all cylinders at the moment. I mean, 22 of 39 passing, 211 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I mean, what went wrong for Dak Prescott, and what has been snowballing over the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks now?
I think that's the real question. I think what we saw today was just more of the same, unfortunately, and that has been inconsistent play. His mechanics not being on point, his decision making not being on point, how accurate his passes are or lack thereof. All that was kind of just like you said, a snowball effect as to what has now taken place today. And we saw those same things carry over, and that's something that he has to address. You guys heard from Dak. That's one thing about him. He's going to own up to it. He's going to identify it. He's going to watch the film. But these are issues that he needs to correct because they are going to affect this team's ability to win ball games.
22 of 39, that's not Dak. With 4 minutes and in 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Dak don't throw those interceptions. Something is wrong. I mean, mentally, physically, are both. And they have to get together, Kellum and him and the quarterback coach have to get together, see what is wrong, start getting the ball out a little bit quicker, giving him a better chance to find a rhythm, because you can't do this as the season builds and you start playing for a slot, that top floor slots. You don't need to have a loss.
And if it were just one game, a one-off where Dak Prescott doesn't play well, that's fine. But
Yes.
this has been 6 weeks now where you've seen flashes of Dak Prescott making really nice throws to the sideline, allowing your receivers to make a play, but you're also seeing constant bad decisions and overthrows at different points in the ballgame as well. The Cowboys have won 2 straight, but not very pretty. Same score against the New Orleans Saints and then also with the Washington football team this week. When we come back, we hear from the hero, Randy Gregory himself. He had a couple big plays in the Cowboys win over Washington. Who knew that Randy Gregory was going to come back and make a huge impact the way that he has on a couple different levels at the line of scrimmage, batting down passes, making an interception for the first time in his career, then also a strip sack on the final drive of the ball game to seal a 27-20 win over the Washington football team. Let's go back out to FedEx Field and hear from Randy Gregory himself.
All right, I said this to Neville, I'll say this to you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How did it feel to get out there and make a few plays out there, especially the ones at the end?
It felt good. You know, the most important thing is getting the win. Got out the game healthy. Make some plays, you know. So it was a good way to come back. Just a few things I got to fix as far as my pass rush plan, things like that, and get right back at it next week.
What did you see at the end on the last play, the sack, the fumble? Could you get a good view of it? And what did you think it was? He was down, or?
I honestly didn't see that he threw it until like the very, very last second. I thought I had sacked him, but at the same time I thought, you know, he threw the ball away. His knee was probably down by then. Thankfully it was. So big play for us. We just need to close out games earlier than that, you know.
You going to try you out at receiver now or tight end or anything? What?
No, you saw how fast I was on the interception, so they're still giving me a little bit of shit about that. But like I said, main thing is make the play.
Go talk us through that play, because there's a lot happening there. You're getting blocked. You got to get over the block, then get up and tip it, and then find it again and catch it. I thought it was an amazing play. Was it one of your better plays you've ever?
Definitely. I mean, I think it just shows my instincts and a little bit of athleticism. You know, it's funny. We worked on cut blocks a couple weeks ago with, Dan Quinn was out there with a helmet on at practice, and that's the drill right there. You know, get the cut block down, get your hands up. Thankfully, I was able to get in the lane and get my left hand and block it. And at that point, I was just trying to figure out which way was the right way to go, because I was looking up and wasn't really sure which way was the right end zone, and was just trying not to get hawked from behind or from the ball.
So first game this year with yourself and Neville and Tank and Parsons all together. I think everyone got a sack. Dorrance got a touchdown. I mean, this is kind of what the blueprint is for this defense.
We expect to do a lot of great things. It's really about our preparation and going out there and executing. I think when guys really have their laser focus, as far as the game plan and things like that, we really go out there and ball out. And guys can make plays. We got a lot of guys that can rush the pass. We got a lot of guys that can play the run. A lot of guys that really want to go out there and make a play and be that guy to make that play. So Just got to give guys the opportunity to do that.
One more. Your coach came out this week and said he expects you to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
What was your take about that? Obviously, you agreed. Do you like it when your head coach is not afraid to say that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we preach all week about supreme confidence, and Rob Davis, he talks about all the time, and so to have that level of confidence from our head coach, obviously it's going to trickle down to the rest of the guys, and they wanted us and they got us. We showed up, we played, we got the win. Got to come back and beat them again this next game.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank
you, Randy.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Huge game from Randy Gregory, Cowboys defense, and Dan Quinn. Very happy to have him back in the fold, back here with Barry Church and Isaiah Stanback. But guys, he wasn't alone. So that leads me to this question. Is the identity, at least through the second half of the season for this Cowboys team, now a defensive, opportunistic side of the football as opposed to a high-flying offense?
Well, you know where I'm going to go with this. You know where I'm going to go with this.
As a former
defender, I'm saying without a doubt this defense is carrying this team right now, whether it's stopping the run, stopping the pass, creating takeaways to get the offense a short field, whatever the case may be. Randy Gregory, this big three, the secondary, they're playing outstanding football right now. And Dan Quinn, the mastermind, maybe be the best free agent pickup this whole offseason. He's got these boys flying in the right direction. The defense is playing on all cylinders right now. I agree. I think this defense is absolutely balling out. Obviously, these guys are carrying the team like a JanSport. But as explosive as this defense is with all their weapons, this is the offense should be equally as effective. And that's where the issue lies right now with this Dallas Cowboys team. And that's the question mark that you have to have as you start talking about the effectiveness and the efficiency of this team going forward. Can they and will they play at this high caliber of competition on both sides of the ball?
You look at the last 5 games for the Cowboys: Atlanta, Kansas City, even in a loss, then the Saints and the football team. All of those were defensive-dominated games where the Cowboys defense has outplayed the Cowboys offense. Really, the only one is the Las Vegas Raiders. Big reason for the offense having some struggles is not getting the ground game going. They hit triple digits, but when we come back, we hear from Ezekiel Elliott on his side of things.
Cowboys OT was brought to you by Geico, 85 years of savings and service. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
Final segment here of Cowboys OT following a 27-20 win over the Washington football team. Kyle Yeoman's back with you. Let's go back out to FedEx Field. Hear from Ezekiel Elliott, who only had a long run of 7 in the win.
All right, Zeke, tell us. I mean, obviously, you expected a game like that, kind of tough, even though you guys got up to a big lead. You expect it to be a 4-quarter battle like this?
It's a division game, so these division wins are going to be tough. We know each other so well. We play each other twice a year, so you expect them to be close, and that's what this was.
In a game like this, where you started out with your banged up a little bit, did you feel good early, or did you, as the game went on, get a little bit more sore?
I felt good. I think just the way the game went. The second half, they played Corey a little bit more, but I felt good today.
When Tony was out and you knew he wasn't going to play, did that change y'all's offense any, or did Corey just kind of step in and take over that role?
TP has certain plays that are his plays, but I don't think we really changed much. Corey did a hell of a job. He came out there. He played very well.
Last year, a lot was said about them hitting the quarterback late and all that. I don't know if that was going through your mind, but when you see your quarterback hit on the sideline like that, you kind of jump in and Lyle, I mean, can you speak to that of kind of what your reaction was?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a brotherhood. We fight for ours. I mean, we all love each other, so I mean, we see someone take a shot at our guys, we got to make sure we protect them.
How about your defense stepping up and playing the way they played today?
Man, the defense, they played their tails off. I mean, what, four more takeaways? I mean, it's crazy. Coach Bones has been calling it every week. He's like, yeah, we get 4 takeaways, yada, yada. So, I mean, yeah, they're playing lights out. The D-line has got their ears pinned back. I feel bad for those opposing quarterbacks.
Are you worried about the offense at all? The last few games, it hasn't been what we've seen. Are y'all concerned or heading in, or you just know it's going to be different this time of year? It's going to be tough sledding.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm concerned at all. We knew it was going to be tough. I think we do got to play a lot better. We got to play a lot better football on offense. But I mean, we got to celebrate this win. We can't be mad about a win, and we'll be better next week.
Your head coach came out and said this week, he expected a win. Did you look at that as bulletin board, or more believe in that he believes that his team's going to go out and play better and win?
I think it was just more belief. I mean, honestly, if you don't believe you're going to go into the game winning, then you already lost. So, I mean, what do you expect him to say?
Right. Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Good stuff.
So you heard it there from Ezekiel Elliott. Nate, when you looked at Zeke today, what did you see and what was your thought process around how he played?
I wanted to see what he can do. Early in the game, he was fresh. He was running strong, and I think they hurt that thing as the game went on, and they kind of put the other Corey Clements in. So it was a great, to me, I think they ran it efficient enough to do what they did today, and that's to win the game.
Yeah, I would say he's at probably about 65 percentile of what we expect him to be, and when he's 100% healthy. So I think that he was a little bit better than what we saw last week and the week before, but he's still a ways off. And we saw earlier in the game when he took that shot on the knee, it was obvious that it was bothering him from that point on.
And this Cowboys team will see Washington again in 2 weeks. They have the New York Giants on a normal schedule. There was 10 days off prior to this one. Now it's a normal 7-day streak. What is the biggest thing the Cowboys need to fix going into Week 15?
Get consistent with our quarterback. Find out what's going on with him. If not, get the ball out of his hand quick, and get your playmakers a chance to make plays.
Ditto. We have to figure out exactly what's going on with the QB1, but we also, in the process of that, need to figure out a consistent running game that we can rely on.
There was definitely some inconsistencies in the win, but the Cowboys get the job done on the road, 27-20 over the Washington football team today. A crucial win because now they're up by 3 games with just 4 to play. The magic number is at 2 for the Dallas Cowboys, and they can wrap up a win in the division and a divisional title as soon as that game against the Washington football team in Week 16. But that does it for us here on Cowboys OT. Hope you had some fun breaking this one down. It was a good one in Washington, but for Nate Newton, for Isaiah Stanback, Barry Church, and Nick Heatman out in Maryland, I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long. We'll see you next week on Cowboys OT.